Hello lads, I welcome you all to another video. Today, we are doing The Rising Knight. Let's get right into it before my PC explodes, cause it's not handling it the best. Before I know it, it's the end of the school day. What's even better is that, after homework, I'll have nothing to do for the rest of the day. Until tomorrow, that is. I can try to enjoy the last of the time. Huh? Weirdly worded IMO, okay. I have before going back to work and catch up on sleep. Exiting the school, I no longer see those students that were outside earlier. There is nothing left now but a few loose flowers lying on the floor. I might not care much for a class, but a part of me wonders what that was all about. It's not long until the bus arrives, allowing myself and a few other students to step on. Ooh, nice room. I step into my room and toss my bag beside my desk. There are sometimes where I wish my house was within walking distance of the school, but places like that are too expensive and are generally meant for households of people. It's not a huge problem how things are now though. Only half a year is left before I can finally focus more on work and less on school. I take a seat up on my bed, turning on the TV to serve as some background noise. Sometimes I wish I could just rest here forever. But even on my days off, I'm aware of what I have to do. I look over to my bag, remembering the assignments I still have yet to complete. Reluctantly forcing myself off my bed, I open my bag to reveal one of my textbooks. I should be able to finish up everything, and still have more than enough time to rest before deciding if I should head out today. Opening the textbook to the pages assigned by my teacher, I quickly get to work. And I'll take a quick sip of milk. Which hopefully isn't poison. Because, I don't know, it's been sitting in my fridge for longer than it should have probably. Whatever. If a video doesn't come out tomorrow, then the milk fucking killed me. After what felt like hours, I finished up with the last of the questions. That took longer than I initially thought it would. Now the questions weren't in order, forcing me to reread the passage a number of times. It's arbitrary things like that which I hate the most. I make sure that all of today's assignments are accounted for before putting them back inside my bag. All this work has me starving, that's for sure. Walking over to my kitchen, I take note of what ingredients I do and don't have. Judging by what I have currently, I have enough for a variety of dishes. After careful consideration, I decide to make myself a nice stir fry with chicken. I grab each of the necessary ingredients and cookware before getting started. Would be funny if there was a cooking minigame, since there is difficulty in this mod. Drying the last of the dishes, I look outside my window to see the sun is close to setting soon. If I want to make it back with enough time to get proper rest, I should go soon. In my reflection, however, I realize I'm still wearing my school uniform. And there is a stain on it now too. Hopefully my spare is still clean. I promptly head to my room for a quick change. I look inside my closet for a changing clothes. However, most of what's in there is dirt as well, that's including my spare. Fine, I'll just make an extra stop then. I take on one of my only clean grey shirts along with a pair of navy jeans. I also grab a jacket just in case. After stuffing most of my wardrobe inside a bag, I proceed to turn the lights and TV off in the room before heading out for the night. The night rises, you could say. See? Bloody hell, also cool animation. The year is 2017. I don't know if this is American date or not. So it's either the 10th month or the 10th day. Probably month though. I anxiously peer down each side of the road every other second. A car drives by but doesn't stop at any of the neighboring houses. Some people walk by but not a single one of them look at me. For the next few minutes or so I act casually on my phone. What are you doing, Atazoth? 1 minute goes by and then another soon after. Geez, where are they already? If I stay here any longer, I'll look suspicious. Suddenly, some vehicle pulling down the street shuts with their headlights. This is when I see. Oh, shut up, phone. This is when I see a white van pull to the curb. About time. Ooh. Thursday, 12. The 10th month. Okay, interesting. I like these goats. The bus makes its eventual stop in front of the school and I step off. As I approach the school further, I once again see crowds of people by various stands. Again? There's even more people outside than yesterday. There was some event. Why are they still out today? Out of curiosity, I survey the area for some sort of context. There's 300 written signs talking about some festival on the 13th. That's tomorrow, right? Strange. I wonder why some celebration 13th of all days weren't such a plethora of advertising. I reach my locker and input the series of digits needed for it to open. It clicks open. I swap yesterday's textbooks with today. So I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. Wah. Seeing the cover of my textbook fills me with relief. I always found my math and science classes to be the easier ones to get through. They're nothing like my history class, at least. How about you ask him yourself? Oh no, this bitch. As I close my locker, I see some guy approaching me along with a familiar-seeming girl. What do you think you're doing, bud? Huh? I'm talking about what you did to my girl yesterday. She says you hit her. I look over to the girl, realizing she was the breath from yesterday. What does she want? Well, I didn't. Yes, you did. You hit me square in the face. I still even have the bruise. She cuts me off, showing what appears to be a discoloring on her left cheek. I can't get a great look at it, but the bruise has an unnatural appearance. Maybe it's some sort of makeup trick. It's certainly not a bruise she got from a punch, that's for sure. That's disregarding the fact that I never hit her in the first place. I know where you got that, but it wasn't from me. That looks awful like you. Don't try to lie your way out of this. You're gonna be fucking with me. I don't have the time to be dealing with this. Attempt to move past, but the guy moves in my way. Excuse me. Where the hell do you think you're going? To class. Now, excuse me. He swings a punch, which just barely misses me and hits a nearby locker. Ah, fuck. That was close. I didn't expect him to throw a punch that soon. But what do I know about him? The guy swings at me a few more times, but is unable to land a single punch. He's so slow, and not very creative either. Stop running away and fight already! What exactly is he trying to achieve by MS's swing right and left hooks at me over and over? At this rate, I'll just dodge my way out of here. On second thought, I notice one of my next right hooks exchanged just a little bit too far out. I use this opportunity to swiftly pull his arm back and move past him. Oh shit! The guy loses his balance and almost falls to the ground. It didn't take long to figure out at all. Not like that even matters now, class is gonna start soon. I should leave before I'm like, where the hell do you think you're going? I'm heading to class now. Huh? Like hell you are? Picking up my bag, I look towards the guy who's now fully charging towards me. He may be persistent, but his size makes him slow. When the guy gets close enough, I just dodge out of his way again. Whoa! And unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to regain his balance this time. Ugh! My nose! Oh my god, are you okay? I wonder if they're gonna blame me for that too. Checking the room, I spot a camera pointing just away from our direction. I think I'll be fine. With my bag in hand, I start walking down the hall. Ugh! Get back here! Despite being several meters away by this point, they continue calling out to me. But the volume of the hallway crowd eventually drowns out their voices. Jesus, what a dumbass. Time flies by as my last class before lunch wraps up. Hopefully I won't have any interruptions this time. I walk down the hall and sure enough there is none. Good. Before long I reach the door leading to the roof and head upstairs. I take a seat in my usual spot and open my bag. Inside is a container holding leftovers of the dinner I made for myself yesterday, right beside an ice pack. I take that out along with a bottle of water I brought and start to eat. A calming lunch. There's something I like more about this spot than being away from the crowds of students gathered in the courtyard. Their commotion is loud more often than not, making it distracting whenever I want to so much as form a thought in my head. Although there isn't much to do up here. After I finish eating, I either do homework or rest until the lunch bell rings. And I have anything assigned for homework so far, so it looks like as if I'm going with the latter. I suddenly have this weird feeling of being watched. I turn in my head to see why that is. Hello, Sayori. Oh, sorry, I was a little close, wasn't I? Who the hell is she again? Need something? No, I felt bad since I up and left right after you saved me yesterday. Saved you? Oh, right, she's the girl from yesterday. I wonder what she wants. I didn't say I saved you, really. But you did. If it weren't for you, should have hit me real hard until I bought her a new phone. and I just want to talk to you a little more, but I didn't get the chance. Talk about what? Uh, um... She gestures her hand in front of her chin, showing that she's in deep thought. If she wanted to talk to me so badly, the least I'd assume is that she has something to talk about. Ooh, I know. I just realized I never asked for her name. All that thinking. To ask for my name. Well, yeah, we have to start somewhere. It's Atazoth. Atazoth? That's a cool name. My name's Sayori. She attempts to greet me by reaching out her hand, but I don't return the exchange. Instead, I continue taking bites out of my lunch as she slowly retreats her hand back. Something's up with her behavior. It's weird. She talks like some child, or like an elementary school teacher rather. It makes it hard to tell if she's here to get something out of me, or if she's truly just an oddly cheerful person. I notice her take a seat next to me on the bench and begin eating her own food. She really does intend to stay here until she thinks of something to talk about, huh? Hey, that looks good. What is it? Stir fry. Did your mom make it for you? No. It's leftovers I made for myself. It's pretty cool. I wish I knew how to cook. I don't like these effects. Hey, Atazoth, can I ask you something else? Isn't that why you're here in the first place? Sure. She finishes her bite before continuing. All the other kids are in the courtyard eating lunch together. How come you're up here alone? I like it here. But why don't you want to make some friends having fun? My version of fun doesn't include finding people to talk with. But don't you get lonely up here? Obviously not. No. I just prefer to be on my own, is all. Oh. You don't mind me being here, do ya? No. I'm alright with a little company. I guess. Phew, that's a relief. I wouldn't want you to think of me as annoying or anything. You're fine. Although it would still be nice to know why you're really here already. So, what kinds of things do you like to do? Not a whole lot more than what I have to do, really. What do you mean by that? I mean, I don't intend to do much outside my usual schedule. There's gotta be something you find fun to pass the time. If it makes you feel better, I suppose I watch a little TV here and there. Or maybe I'll attempt to pick up a book or something from the library. What kinds of books do you like? If you're asking for specific genres, I don't have any. Anything in the library that seems somewhat interesting, I'll pick up whenever I get the chance. How often do you like to read? I already told you, whenever I get the chance. If ever I'm not working, I might try to read a chapter or two. Oh, you have work. I need to drink more. Of course. Or actually, I'll be going back to working today to be specific. Where do you work? Is that really important? Of course it is. Oh, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'd rather not get into it. Interesting, Atazoth. It is probably something illegal considering yesterday's night. By the way you act, you could be some super secret spy or something. My job doesn't involve alliteration. Or at least I hope not. What? Never mind. What about you? Do you work? No, I don't work yet. I'll have to eventually now. Yeah, but I haven't thought about what I want to do when I grow up yet. Don't wait too long, or else it'll be too late. I cannot read, Jesus Christ. I know. Got any hobbies? Oh, of course. I like to go to the park, hang out with my friends, watch movies. She continues to list any and every activity she could possibly think of. I just try my best to tune out for a moment. Oh, and I like to read lots of books. I'm in the literature club. I see. You said you like reading too, right? Sure, I guess. What about it? You should check out the literature club. No. Oh, why not? I have no interest in subjecting myself to any extracurricular activities. Would you check it out if I was vice president? You're the vice president. And my best friend Monika is the club leader. Sorry, I failed to understand how this meant to change my opinion. Oh. I don't know, I thought you'd know her or something. Who, Monika? And the slightest idea who that is. Debate club? One of the top students from last year? White bow? You expect me to keep track of stuff like that? I guess not. Here, that usually works. I see. Sorry to be down there, but I'm not looking for any clubs to join. I don't think I'd have the time anyway. I'm sure I'd have a little time to check it out. No, I don't think I would. Please, just for a little bit. A no's a no, sir. Okay, she looks extremely disappointed in my answer, a stark contrast from her original cheerful persona. What is she expecting, seriously? I only met her recently, and I'm even surprised that she's this disappointed. I'm not going to join some club just because someone was nice to me for a moment, jeez. That is, unless this is all an attempt to make me feel bad. It's hard to tell with her, but maybe she was really only here to get me to join. Mind me asking you another question? No, not at all. You tell me what the deal with those club advertising themselves in front of the school is. It's for a festival tomorrow, dummy. I gathered that much. What does that have to do with clubs? The festival is going to have a bunch of fun games, music, and snacks. It's one of the many perfect opportunities for clubs like ours to advertise themselves to new members. I see. She sure changed back to a happy new mood when I started mentioning that club event. I think I have an idea what's going on here. That weird personality of hers makes me believe she already views me as a close friend despite only knowing each other for barely any time at all. In fact, I'm willing to bet that if I never told her I read books, she likely wouldn't have ever asked me to join the club. That clears a few things up at least. Well, unlike her, I'm not here to be making friends with someone I met on a whim. Well, you have fun at your festival. I gotta start heading to class now. Oh, leaving so soon. Sorry, it's less than a minute until lunch is over. Oh, I have to go or I'll be late. Sorry, Atazoth. She runs past me as if she wasn't going to try convincing me to stay and talk for longer. That girl, she's something else, that's for sure. Interesting. Like how Sarah is written. It's fun. I toss my bag on top of my bed and take on my blazer and vest. Like school, my work has its own uniform, and I'll be damned if I spend the time I have all to myself wearing one. I turn on the TV to serve as sort of background noise and lie down on my bed. Now what? Work's not for another 3 hours at least, and it's likely I have any schoolwork to finish. Maybe I can think of something to do. I turn my head to the TV. It shows the weather report for each upcoming day. Looks like it will be mostly clear skies, with any more chances of rain set off until later next week. Good to know, I guess? For a brief moment, I check the time. It's already been 10 minutes. I sit up from my bed, look around the room for something to better pass the time. Eventually, I spot a book lying on my desk. How long has that been there? I think I picked this up last week, maybe? No, I would have remembered if that was the case. Regardless, I hope this can keep me at least somewhat busy until work. I turn to the first page of the book and start reading through. As I read through, I cannot read, bloody hell. As I read though, I can't help but be reminded that thing Sarah mentioned, something about a literature club. What do you even do in there? Review books or something? Whatever it is, I'm surprised that someone like her is very passionate about that type of thing. The idea of Sayori being the vice president of this literature club seems weird to me. She doesn't strike me as someone who's that invested in literature. Well, I guess it's not my place to tell. I know her outside of the conversation we had at lunch. I notice how that I've glossed over the same page several times now. Why am I even thinking of that? I don't even have an interest in her or the club. If I ever plan to go through this book, I shouldn't distract myself with stuff that doesn't matter. This time, finally turn the page and continue reading through. Checking the alarm on my phone, I realize it's time to start getting ready for work. I fold the top corner of the page I was sat on. I cannot read still. I was on and set the book back on my desk. It's alright, I guess. Maybe sometime in the future I'll get to finishing it. Walk over to my closet, I grab out the various accessories required for my work uniform. A black and white striped shirt, a black sleeveless jacket with the company's logo on the side which I wear over top, dark grey pants, which thankfully are somewhat comfortable, and lastly a red belt which I tie around my waist. All is well until I make the fatal mistake of looking into the mirror. Jeez, what the hell is this? Standing in the mirror reveals myself wearing what can only be described as a shit Halloween costume. If it weren't for the obviously family-friendly nature of the uniform, I might have forgotten how quirky and fun this place is supposed to be. Quickly looking away from my mirror, I grab my work's outfit hat and carry it out the apartment. As I reach the city, it feels as if a million eyes are on me all at once. After all, no same person wears a costume like it's the norm, and here I am. I try to walk at a decent pace, not too fast to avoid sweating, but also not too slow to avoid embarrassment. After some time, I finally arrive at the mall. Thankfully, there's so many other weird things around that I actually fit in for once. Walk past some of the shops before reaching the place. Oh no. Well, We'll leave Atazoth's adventurous for next time. Now I get why he didn't want to really tell Sari. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Press like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.